Yeah, and I think we'll keep it casual. It's just a casual build video.
So, what are we gonna make today?
Well, Mark, as you know, we've done 2 of these April Fool's videos at this point, and it's become a tradition now, because if you do it twice, of course, it's got to be a tradition. And I was kind of pondering what we're going to do this year. It's now February. As Mark is taking apart my kit, trying to figure out what. You're like, why do you have that? We'll have to show them what this is.
None of this makes any sense. What are you doing?
Okay, so let's go over the rules for the videos that we make, at least for April Fools. It's got to be functional. Okay. It's got to be over the top and silly. And I think that's it. I don't know. It's got to, yeah, it has to work and it has to be silly.
Okay.
So I don't want to fake too much stuff, right? Like if we're going to build a radio or claim it's transmitting and doing stuff, it should actually do it. That's right.
Okay, so this is a real Apple II Plus.
This is an Apple II Plus, and for the people before they start adding me, it's an empty Apple II Plus. And I bought it off of eBay. It came with nothing else inside of it, well, other than the keyboard module. So I'm not going to be destroying a real Apple II. This one seems to have already been harvested for stuff. So I feel a little bit better about that.
Okay.
Now you're wondering, like, why an Apple II? What the heck are we building here?
I was wondering that, yes.
So last year, what I wanted to do with the Soda Phone was actually turn it into a backpack and like lug the backpack up the hill, plant it down, and make the call. Turns out a 49-pound payphone is really heavy, and you can't really easily turn that into a backpack.
So the biggest problem was you didn't have enough time for the gym, right?
Yes, that's okay. Fine, sure. Yes, that's actually the real answer here. I was not strong enough. So I decided to go lighter and smaller this year. The idea I've been floating around, I'm calling it, at least for now, I don't know if we'll change it later, is the RetroRig. And so the idea is you're hiking up these mountains all the time and you want to be listening for your buddies. You want to know when they're there and to be able to quickly work them. And you want your entire kit to be your backpack, right? So like the radio is the backpack, is the concept. And it has everything you need, and that's all.
What you're saying is you're going to make this into a radio.
Yes, we are definitely turning this thing into a radio, but it can't just be a radio. It has to have like stupid features, right? So let's see. Actually, no, I'll get to this one later. So inside, we're gonna put a Raspberry Pi, a full display, color display that's gonna probably go here, and I'm thinking like it folds out so you can use it like a laptop.
Okay.
And then maybe like as you're hiking, it can be like showing stats or something. I don't know. We'll figure that out.
QSOs per hour.
QSOs per hour.
QSOs per mile.
Oh, that is good.
QPM.
Oh, yes. And your Strava, of course.
Oh, right. Yeah.
But yeah, make the brain simple. I wasn't going to use the actual Apple II hardware because that in itself would be a very, very difficult thing to hack together. So, you know, for getting this done in about a month, because we've got a month to do this, we're going to use the Raspberry Pi to like run whatever chaos is going to be in here. And that
we have a month to do this? So you're saying we're in the past. We're in the past.
Yes.
You're in the future.
They're in the future. They've probably already, we're going to release this video on the same day the video comes out. So they'll have seen what the video is. Funny enough, we don't know what the video is, but we get to make up what the video is.
You know more than we do.
This feels like a time travel movie. Yeah. And then, so with the Raspberry Pi, we're going to have WSJTX running, so we could do like digital modes. We can run some sort of SDR software, or at least be able to configure and talk to the radio inside. For the radio inside, I'm thinking the QMX, because it's so capable. Like you could do digital SSB and CW, and it's super tiny, and it fits well within the enclosure of an Apple II.
Right. Yeah, you need about 1% of an Apple II to run your QMX.
Exactly. And then, what was this? I don't remember what
that's even sealed. What is this
sealed.
random box?
I've opened none of this, by the way. I bought all this stuff, and then it's just been sitting here for about like half a month as I procrastinate. There's other stuff going on right now, obviously, but...
Do you think I started the camera?
Did you check it?
I don't know.
We're not on a live stream. Go
All
start
right.
it.
While Ara's opening the box, I'm going to see if we're recording.
Oh, I know what this is.
Oh, we are recording.
Oh, good.
Look at that. Hopefully it's in focus.
Okay, so I'm glad I picked this one first off the pile. Okay. When we're hiking up mountains, right? Sometimes you get your buddies are on another mountain. You want to work from summit to summit. You might not feel your phone vibrate, right?
Right.
I bought I think this is a 20-watt vibration motor that I'm gonna put inside the rig so it shakes the living hell out of you.
Yes. Yeah, you could just bolt this to your head.
Yeah. I kind of want to put it to a power supply and see how like crazy it is, because it is.
Can we use it to send Morse code by just vibrating the entire computer?
We could. Oh, actually, hold on. This might fit. I don't want to cook. Oh, it came with a little thing. All right, let's test it.
Brief aside from unpacking the boxes.
What? Oh, this little journey we're about to go on here.
We're still technically going through this pile, right?
No, we're going through the pile. Oh,
Okay.
yeah. I just want to talk about each component that's inside it. Okay, you plug that into there, and then
Plug me.
And then this. Let's make sure it's off. All right, you holding
All
it?
right, I'm holding it.
Ready? Dude, that's no joke.
Wait, hold on. Ready? All right, I think this works.
We are not your friends.
What power level are we at?
We are at full power.
Maximum power. Engage Apple II.
I kind of want to put it inside and see what it does.
That totally works.
Because it has to be like ridiculous, right? Like you can't do a simple like vibration motor. Like it needs to be dumb.
If it's not.
That wasn't even full power. Okay, that was full power. I shouldn't have done that. It looks fine. It's fine.
Wait, it even has like.
Oh my god.
Wow! What?
Oh, I gotta show the camera.
Wait,
It's almost too perfect.
All right, camera, come with us.
I genuinely bought this. I just opened the lid to make sure there was nothing inside. But like, Mark just discovered there are these two perfectly spaced mounting holes. This is so dumb. This is gonna be the dumbest. Oh god. This is silly. All right. Oh, nice. Okay.
All right, so what else have you got?
Hold on. I just want to see what this does if I. Okay. I'm gonna stop before I break it. If it's bolted down, it should start shaking the whole computer instead of rattling inside. But I love that.
Okay, so that's amazing.
Okay.
What else have you got in your pile?
Okay. Let's see what else is inside the pile. Oh god. The next thing. Oh, okay. The next thing is. So there's QRP. Right? QRP is low power.
Yep.
What if we could run legal limit on the Summit? What if we could run 1500 watts? What would happen to the radio if we ran 1500 watts?
I assume it would catch on fire.
And how do you make fire on a Summit without actually lighting the Summit on fire?
California legal.
California legal, yes. How do you do it? How do you because we could add After Effects, but that's kind of boring.
Right.
And also I don't know how to do movie editing stuff like that.
So you're saying we're going to avoid the cost and expense of doing special effects by building hardware.
By building hardware, and by building hardware, I mean purchasing a vape from Amazon. It's called a fog machine.
So an Apple computer vaping is maybe the most California thing I've ever heard.
Taking a fat rip. Oh my god, this thing's huge!
Holy smokes! Wait, you could just
Oh, it's leaking. Watch out. Oh, there's liquid here.
Is that?
I assume it's glycol.
It smells like it probably isn't good to breathe.
Probably. This says fog juice.
Fog juice.
Fog juice.
Fog juice.
Here we are. Ugh. Oh, dude, this is gross.
That is gross.
Doesn't smell like anything, at least. I'm pretty sure it's just glycol. That or some, we're violating the Geneva Convention here.
All right.
Oh,
Whoa,
no.
whoa.
Ooh.
Okay, so Aura
I don't
isn't.
think I know what I'm doing.
Let's turn it on.
Which is no, but what if it's a? Oh God, oh dude. Let me get some paper towels.
Fog juice.
Fog juice.
Okay, so insert fog juice here.
Fog juice. Hey, fog juice is going in. Okay, stop.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know where to buy more fog juice.
Okay. Well, it
so-
said half.
half. Okay,
So that's half.
halfway.
Okay. It's been fog juiced partially. Partial. Why do you think they tested it at the factory? Do you think that's why it had fog juice in it?
Probably. Why does
Real
this not-
science is happening.
Yeah, right. By real science, it's amateurs not knowing what they're doing.
If you're
It's not called amateur radio for nothing.
amateur fog juice.
There we go. Haha.
All right.
All right.
So there's a nozzle.
We have a vape pen microphone. Oh my God, this is.
I would
so
high five you, but I am gooey.
Yeah. Where did the juice go? Oh no, it's still in there.
Is it in there?
How do you turn
Oh,
it
it is
on?
in there. Well, it needs power.
Oh, USB-C. Ha. Okay, I have that.
I like that we're using USB-C to power a
Yeah,
USB-A
look at this.
device.
Also, look at this. USB-C. This stupid. This vape pen fog machine has USB-C, yet radios coming out today don't even have that.
Manufacturers, USB-C, for the love of all that is good and holy in the world. Does it turn on? Wow, that is
Oh, it's
gooey.
blinking. It's blinking.
It is blinking. Do you think it's charging?
Oh, it's charging. Oh, I think it's dead. All right, we'll just let it charge.
I'm going to go wash my hands.
Yeah, you probably should do that.
I'll be right back. All right, well, we're rolling again.
Oh, okay, we're just gonna send it.
Let's send it, man.
Send it.
How do I turn on the fog machine?
Let it charge, Mark. Let it charge.
Is this an on button?
No, don't. Let it charge. It's not gonna work. It probably needs some initial just Mark. Just let it charge. Just let it charge. Okay.
April 1st can't come soon enough.
I know, man. Yeah. Okay. So the next thing that I wanted to do. So we've covered notifications. You got the vibration motor.
Yep.
We have running legal limit power at fake 1500 watts. But the idea is, as you're we'll do some sort of a scene we usually like to run QRP, but today, but why do that when you could simply, I don't know what dialogue we're going to put, but something like
Overlay better dialogue here.
right? What if we could run full power 1500 watts and then I'll be sitting there jamming away, and the cool thing is on the side of the
Wait, can it be an unannounced product release from Hans?
the QMX plus. The QMX times 1,500.
From the QRO Labs.
Yeah, QR. Oh, damn, man, we should do a collab. So the idea is I'll be typing away, either running FT8 or something at full. Actually that might be it.
FT2.
FT2. Some digital mode that absolutely does not need full power. Right?
FT1.
It just sits there keyed up. Okay, actually, yes. And the cool thing is, this will start generating smoke inside here, and the Apple II has vents on the side. So it's literally going to be just smoking out the sides of it, and it'll be really freaking hilarious. So the next thing I wanted to do is what's another thing we do on the summits, and that's our logging, right? So conveniently, there's a whole keyboard here, so we can punch in our logs as we're going. And then I thought it'd be really cool if so everything in the last few years has been about how do I make logging more efficient?
Right.
So turn that on its head. How do you make logging way less efficient? And I was like, well, okay, obviously you go down the paper route. Because paper is kind of you still have to write something down. You have to, you could probably write it in the sand and take a picture or something. I don't know. You could probably come up with some crazy stuff, but
That would be the Ham 1K logging app.
1K. So my thought was, what if we had a thermal printer? So this is a little thermal printer, which was surprisingly hard to find.
Right, because who would want that?
And it's a standalone unit, so it has little ports here on the side that speak UART, and then you can load it up with. Oh gosh, I don't want to break it. Okay, okay, it does open up. Yay! Oh, there was already some sort of. Oh, gift for you. Thank you. I don't know who you are. There's thermal paper in here. And so what you would do when you're done. You good?
I like that it's spelled cashier.
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 That's gonna be my new rapper name.
Cashier.
Cashier. So the idea is you're done punching in your logs into the computer with the display and everything, right. And then when you're done, you hit print, and it'll print a receipt of all your logs. So when you go to actually submit your logs, right, you got to get it from the receipt to the computer.
Right.
And I was like, what is the most inefficient way to do that digitally? And I think the answer to that is taking that receipt, tying it to a bird, and using IP over avian carrier to send it from the summit straight to your house. And so the idea would be, it'll be like, with one simple, easy step, simply, print your logs, and like, it comes out and you rip it, and find a local carrier pigeon and like grab like a fake, obviously a fake pigeon, that you'll have on like a fishing string. I'll tie it to its leg and then let it go, and it'll flap away, and then cut to me, like reading a book at home, and suddenly like the bird will come out of like the, out of the, like there'll be a window, and then it'll be me sitting reading a book, and you'll see the bird come in from the distance and go whack, and then like fall to the ground, and then I'll go like, oh, my logs are here, and put the book down, go over to the bird, like take the logs off, and then like sit there on the computer manually transcribing the paper receipts back into the soda log system.
Note to future self: find Ara a real pigeon.
Didn't you say you know someone?
Oh yeah, we've got a guy.
We got a month. Do you want to reach out to him and see if you don't have a watch?
We'll make some phone calls.
Let's make some. Yeah. No, seriously. Wait, hold on. No, wait. Really? Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
How could? Wait. Can you get a bird to go point to point?
That's how carrier pigeons work.
Yeah, but you don't like. What are you talking about? Okay, sorry. Actually, let me rephrase that question. You don't just like go like hey bird, go to like 555 Fake Street, and the bird's like, gotcha man, let's go, like, and then like takes off and goes there. Like it doesn't have Google Maps.
I mean,
how do you get the bird to go from point A to point B? Like if we're on a summit and we actually, let's say we do this in a very ethical and good way,
yeah,
and bring a pigeon with us,
right? And
then we're like, okay, pigeon, we're gonna tie the little thing to you, and then what? Like it's gonna fly off.
I mean, obviously you don't give it a street Obviously, you don't give it a street address. Okay. Birds don't know numbers.
Obviously.
They're like, bird,
pseudo, go to our shop.
Clearly, I don't know anything about carrier pigeons.
Neither do I. But no, seriously, we should actually talk.
How funny would it be if you open the computer?
Oh, thank you, pigeon.
Wait, pigeon pops out holding the receipt.
Yeah. This is so stupid. So, and then the last thing I think we need to talk about here is like somewhere over here, I'm gonna have to figure out a way to like strap a backpack on here. I'm probably gonna buy a backpack and like sew it on and bolt it on somehow.
You know who's really good at that?
It goes like this.
Tony. You've seen his microwave backpack?
No.
Oh, yeah, he has a full 10 gigahertz system with a dish as a backpack.
No way. Okay. All right.
So,
we'll hit up Tony and have him teach me how to turn this thing into like a proper backpack.
My guess is like 2 straps. Yeah. See.
Yeah. It's not gonna be a sling bag. The other thing I want to do, I was thinking.
Yeah. What is this? Portland?
Yeah. The other thing I want to do is we'll probably poke a hole on the side. Okay. And put a whip antenna over here.
Yes.
So that so you can extend it out and like be walking and making the QSOs.
If only somebody had recently released a compact antenna that's compatible with the QMX.
Oh my god, put the Gowant on here.
Boom. Tiny Gowant.
Giant Gowant. Because it needs to handle the 1500 watts. All right. Damn it.
Hey, all right, you should make a 3-part series on making a bigger Gowant.
Yeah, no, we should make a 3-part series on how we constantly keep scope creeping every idea.
All right, now we're rolling.
All right. Now that I've watched a YouTube video on how to use this thing,
all right,
it turns out it has a little remote, so we can actually like, trigger that, because right now you have to hold it from what I was just watching to get it to run, but they have a remote which means we'll probably have to come up with some sort of IR repeater or some sort of lens to pick this thing up. And then from far away, you'll be, behind the camera, you'll set it off while I'm using it.
If only we had a way to send signals from one location to another.
Hook it up to a CW. Keep
Oh.
Dude, that'll look really good. Then it'll actually like modulate as it
That would be
smokes out.
so cool.
All right. Step 2, modify this to have a CW key. Oh my god, this is so stupid. Okay.
Scope creep.
Scope creep. Okay, so if the YouTube video is right, we're supposed to hold this button here. Oh, there you go.
All right, fans on.
And then
Some blinking light.
blinking light. You're
Yeah.
supposed to tip it a little bit.
Okay.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Oh.
Oh.
Ooh. Okay, well,
Whoa.
actually the fan is messing it up.
Okay.
Oh.
Yes.
Wow. Wow, that looks awesome. Dude, this is cool. Wait, I actually kind of want to use this for like fluid dynamics.
Yeah. Yeah, but hold on. Can we? That's strong. Hold on. Can we test out your Kodo? Does it?
It's not plugged in.
It's not. How do I Kodo this?
Ooh. Oh, I see what you want to do.
Yeah, let's do some fluid dynamics.
Yes, let's do.
Yeah, you said
Side quest.
Side quest. Let's see if fluid dynamics works the way we expect.
Okay. All right.
All right, fluid dynamics, activate.
Oh, dude, that's so cool.
Wow. Do you think we could make an Apple II?
Oh, that's so cool.
Could we make an Apple II wind tunnel?
Yeah, why not?
All right.
Okay, so
was pretty
in theory, if I click
Wait,
this,
hold on. Can you just start it running and then stick it in there?
we could. I was gonna. Ooh, hold on. Oh god, this thing is gonna leak. Let's try it. Hold on. Oh, totally.
All
Works.
right,
Okay.
turn it on.
Close it. All right.
Can it go through the vents?
I think so. That's the whole. Yeah, that's the idea. So.
No, I mean, can that go through the vents?
I don't know. Let's try. Come on. Oh, there we go.
I wonder if it doesn't like running horizontally.
Oh, that's probably it. Oh, so that's gonna be a fun problem to solve.
Wait, nope. Easy. Prepare, Ara. Prepare for victory.
Ah, yes. Okay.
It's a backpack.
It's a backpack.
It's a backpack. Note to self, backpack should be used vertically.
Okay, here we go. Ready?
All right, yep.
Oh, let's move this thing. Okay.
Okay.
All right, let's try it. Oh my gosh.
This looks amazing.
That looks so good. Oh, dude. Oh my gosh. I gotta take a photo of this. Dude, this looks ridiculous. Oh, how do you turn it off?
Uh-oh.
Oh, it's latching. You press once.
Wow.
Oh, then we'll shoot it like, oh, look, running legal limit. Like, and then, oh my gosh.
That looks so good.
I was like trying to think of ways to do this, and I saw this like on Amazon. I'm like, this isn't gonna work. This looks stupid. There's no way.
Nope. Turns out it looks amazing.
Oh,
All right, this is gonna be the best video ever.
dude, this is gonna be. Every year we do something sillier and sillier, and I'm like, how are we gonna top it the year after this? Like, I don't.
Crushing it.
Crushing it. All right.
Cool.
So now it's build time.
It's build time.
Let's do it. All right, so it's been 3 weeks since our shoot in the garage when all the parts initially came in, and over the last few weeks I've essentially been working on each of the subsystems of like what needs to work within the RetroRig individually, like the keyboard, getting the keyboard working, getting the receipt printer working, essentially all the time-consuming hard stuff that makes this thing actually function and look real. And so today's goal is to actually bring it all together. I think I have enough to get, I want to say about 80% of the way with the build. initially when we were that first, pile of boxes we were opening up, for example, I bought this like screen that was going to be the original screen for this, but then quickly realized I'm like, this thing is massive, and it kind of takes up all the real estate of where the buttons and receipt printer and all the wacky stuff that would go on here, right? So it's like it took up too much space, and so I ended up buying another display that's a lot smaller. I'm kind of worried about the glare on it because it is shinier, but it's a lot smaller and it leaves a lot of room to add all the wacky stuff. So that's come in, and what I've sort of been doing in this time is 3D printing some enclosure ideas. Like this was like one original idea I had where I would put the display inside a 3D printed housing that would also host the Raspberry Pi, which I got all the operating system on and all the software on there, and that would mount in here and it'd all be kind of enclosed. But quickly realized this whole thing kind of blows up in volume, like it's just really, really big. And so I've 3D printed a new enclosure that's just for the display, and I think the Raspberry Pi is actually going to live inside the Apple II somewhere in the box here. So that's something we're going to like put together today and cut it up. I will say one of the things I really, really wanted in this build was for the keyboard to actually function. Because we could type it and then like do some post, cuts where it looks like I'm typing, and then, we could actually type with like a USB wireless keyboard or something like that and make it look like it was working. But I really, really wanted it to work. This is kind of where I spent maybe most of the time on this build, was literally the keyboard, because it turns out, I'm gonna take this thing apart. It turns out that this keyboard came with a encoder board that's nicely bagged up now. So this encoder board is like an original 1979 encoder board from Apple, and I honestly didn't even know if it is functional or not, and didn't really care because I'm like, this thing can't speak USB, and if I want a USB keyboard that talks to the Raspberry Pi, I'm gonna need like a microcontroller in the middle, and I don't, or I want a microcontroller and I don't want this thing in the middle, rather. So I went and I figured, there's collectors of these things. There's like, I don't know how many 100,000 units of Apple IIs out there. Clearly someone has documented this keyboard in particular. And it turns out there's a lot of different variations of keyboards they made throughout the years, but this one in particular was not very well documented. The Apple II schematics didn't have it, at least the documents I could find. I scraped the forums, I asked AI, like not a single soul out there had documented this keyboard schematic and design. So, and I learned this the hard way, by the way. Like, I initially asked like AI, I'm like, hey, go look up these schematics and write me the code. And then it's like, oh, let's first like, use a multimeter to check out all the keyboard pins. I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. Let's do that. Hook it up, push a few buttons. I'm like, oh, this is not acting the way I thought. And it gave me some suggestions on how to like reverse engineer, and they're actually kind of really bad suggestions. And so I was like, oh, okay, screw it. Like I was originally I literally was following the traces on this board, trying to figure out based on the chip part number, what all the pins are, and then which pins they go to on this header that connects to the keyboard. But the chip was not well documented. Like there are different, I think there was like 20 different chips out there that were used over the lifetime or something along those lines. This one in particular wasn't documented. So it kind of turned into, and any of these pins could serve any sort of function, and it's not exactly clear what all the rows and columns are going to those header pins. So I literally sat down and started documenting all the pins on the keyboard by actually taking the keyboard off and manually following all the traces on the raw board itself. So like behind this keyboard, behind all these buttons, are just a bunch of like contact pads that close when you press the button. And so I took the keyboard apart and I sat there following each trace and figured out and documented all the rows and columns, and then was able to take this mapping, feed it into the AI, and be like, write me a firmware that does USB HID and it emulates a keyboard. And I so happen to have a Teensy 3.6 somewhere in my like pile of microcontrollers, and those who do embedded systems, you probably have a drawer full of microcontrollers, and I can say that I actually used one of them finally. And it turns out, this is like the best part of it, it turns out the number of pins across this is one more than I needed, so I could actually mount this Teensy directly to the headers. And all I had to do was kind of bodge a little wire. One of the pins was like a 3.3 volt instead of a GPIO, so I had to route that to one of the pins on the other side of the Teensy. Other than that, this thing just snaps on. I was able to load the code, and the code worked like perfectly the first time. So I'm not sponsored by Claude, but the Claude AI was scary fast and actually saved a ton of time on this project. I honestly don't think I could have gotten this thing done in time without it. So the good news is this little guy here is acting as a USB HID keyboard, and now this keyboard on the Apple II actually works. So I know what I'm about to do today with drilling holes and cutting things into this panel is probably gonna upset some people who are like collectors of these things. Thankfully, there's a lot of them out there in the world, and they're not that expensive, and I'm not really, it's not that big of a deal in my opinion. But I think my contribution to the community is I documented this, so this exists now, and I'll post it online, so if anyone else has hardware like this, they can at least use it or something like that. Okay, so let's talk about the whole system here, because we talked a little bit about the keyboard, but I do want to talk about sort of how this is all going to lay out, at least how I have it in my head. So my thought was, I want a display that is like easily visible by the user, so you're not like, I could have mounted it like flat like this, but then you kind of have to hunch over it, which is why I originally printed this display holder as like a 45-degree holder. So I kind of roughly want the display here, so let's I'll wedge it with a tiny wand. So it'll look something like that. And then the other idea is I want the receipt printer. So when you do your logs and you're ready, you hit, print receipt, and this little printer will like print out your receipts. And I will say I did get this thing working. It is it's not the most stable code. It does work. And the receipts do look really awesome. Like it genuinely feels like you went to a restaurant or something, or a store, and got a nice little receipt. And essentially there's now a program that's running on the Raspberry Pi, a little like Python program that pulls up a terminal program, and it lets you like punch in your operator and frequency and mode and like the date and time, because I'm not going to have internet out in the field when we're filming this, so we're going to have to manually enter in the time, but it'll offset its current time based on that, and so your logs will actually be valid. Like this is an actual genuine way to do logging. Like this is a real soda log, right? I mean, not this one in particular, because this was just a test I made up, but you could use this system to do logging, which is like the whole point of all these builds is always make it as functional as possible, like make it as real as possible.
If you're gonna make a fake log, doing in6AN on Whiskey 6 Charlie Tango 225, I believe that was a real log.
Yeah, I know, right? What I kind of wanted to do is sort of lay this all out, and what we're going to do next is actually go out and drill and cut and build out everything. So, actually, before I talk about the button, so display, printer, the other thing was the logo, and this is like my first attempt at the logo, only because I didn't have a white filament, which is what I originally was thinking. And I thought this actually looked pretty decent. It does give a bit of like retro vibes. But after I actually printed it the way I had envisioned and sort of doodled up, I thought this looks way better, and it's easier to kind of read than the orange. So I'm definitely going with this. And man, I gotta say, like, as soon as you put on the logo, it starts to make this thing actually look real. Of course, in the video, other than the funny like logging and typing on the keyboard, the other fun joke is going to be like, QRO mode. So 5 watts isn't enough. You got to go 100 watt or full legal limit, like 1500 watts, right? And obviously, this thing's not going to have a kilowatt amplifier inside. I wish I was that cool. But I thought if we're going to fake it, we have a fog machine that's going to generate the smoke that comes out and makes it look like it's really cranking. But I thought it'd be kind of fun to sort of make it over the top on like the functions you have to go through to make it actually work. Inspired by like nuclear keys, I thought it'd be kind of fun to put 2 keys on the side that you have to like put in and turn at the same time to enable like a safety mechanism, which there's no need to actually implement that, but you could say it, right? These keys, once you put them in, you have to like turn them at the same time, and then you could press the little e-stop button to engage QRO mode. So I'm gonna have to drill up some holes today to put these on, and gotta cut out some slots to put the receipt printer in, and then actually I had just 3D printed. Oh God, oh no. Okay, well that didn't come off the way I thought, but anyway. So I 3D printed this overnight, and this is gonna be the display holder. So the display, what I'm thinking is I'm going to cut like a big slot that's about the size of the where this angle meets the tab here, and so there'll be like a square cutout here, and this will come in from the bottom and pop out, and then I can just bolt this thing in to the top, and then the display. Oh, it actually fit. Oh my gosh, dude, I had to measure it out because this 90-degree angle, like, oh no, wait, I just realized the problem. That's not gonna work. Well, okay, dang it. So this HDMI connector is actually launching out into the side panel, so I have to cut out a little hole here for this thing to be able to loop around or expand it out a little bit. So we'll have to iterate on that a little bit. But that looks pretty decent, I would say, right? So that's gonna go there. I'll have to clean up that filament material, but that's looking pretty good, right? That looks kind of legit. Oh my God. Dude, this looks so crazy. So it's gonna look something like that. Maybe I'll put the button here. Does the button look better here? I think so. Because I feel like this is just gonna block the view of the display.
Yeah.
So maybe put the button here, and then, I don't know, do I poke the holes on the sides or on the top? I feel like
I kind of want them on the top.
Top, yeah, that'll look more legit. Like it'll just be like.
Well, plus that way it's aerodynamic while you hike.
Yes, yeah. We got to consider the fluid dynamics aspect of all this.
Keep it laminar, my friend.
Keep it laminar. Oh my gosh. Oh, dude, this is so wild. Okay, cool. All right, and then so aside from the display enclosure, put this aside. There is a ton of room inside. Whoops. There's a ton of room inside, and I discovered that there's actually a speaker in here. So this little speaker here came with the Apple II, and so I bought a little amplifier that takes in a headphone jack, and then you can plug in like 8 to 12 volts, but I think it actually goes a little bit above 12. So this might be Bio-NO compatible. And so the radio, which I plan to use, the QMX, which is going to probably live somewhere over here, I can put this amplifier board in here and the Raspberry Pi and sort of make all this work. So at least the audio will sound good. The one thing I haven't thought about yet of like where to mount it is I need a CW key somewhere. And I don't know where I'm going to put that yet.
Spacebar.
Spacebar. Oh, that's actually not a bad idea. Wait, what's the mapping on that? I could probably, okay. Yeah, I could make that work. I could probably like pick up those wires out and wire it to the key input. It is a bit like the soda phone hang up button.
It's almost like Morse code keys require rhythmic pressing of an object.
Yeah. Do you think it'd be kind of like a repeat of last year's joke? I don't know. This, by the way, is the hardest part about all this stuff. Like, you don't want to get in the comfort zone and repeat what you did the previous year, but you also want to, you know, keep it funny as well. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out. Yeah, and finally, the vibration motor. So, like, this one is probably going to be one of the more easy ones to mount up because there's actually holes pre-made, like, that were supposed to mount the motherboard of the Apple II that somehow line up perfectly with this one. So we'll bolt that all in together, and then I'm going to wire up all the insides. I'm thinking I'll probably put a Bioenno battery in here. I feel like that has a ton of capacity and will let us run for a long time in the field. We got all the parts, now it's time to actually like do the cutting and mounting. And maybe we'll have an actual real RetroRig today. All right, it's the last one. All right, so I marked up all the places to cut out for the receipt printer and the display, and marked the centers of the buttons where I kind of want them. But I just realized I don't actually have a way to cut this right now. I think I have a jigsaw. Thankfully, this is plastic. I could potentially hand cut it, but that's not going to look as nice. And I definitely want to cut these all out before I try to, like, you know, epoxy things on and whatnot. So yeah, we got to go solve this problem, Mark.
Okay.
There may be a trip to Home Depot in our future.
I don't think this is one of the problems you can solve with beer.
No, it is. That's correct. You cannot solve this problem with beer. All right. So, found the jigsaw. Figured out what kind of bit I need to match the jigsaw, so I can actually get the jigsaw saw part into the object we're trying to cut. So, gonna drill it. Don't lick this. But I'm gonna. This is a professional production. Don't you laugh.
Pro tip: attach the bit to the drill.
I think what happened is when I went, it must have, like, the momentum of the bit must have just kept going and loosened it. Wait, no, why would it loosen it? I don't know what happened. That wasn't right.
I think the not tightening it in the first place.
Wait, it wasn't tightened in the first place. I think you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it wasn't tightened in the first place. I forgot to do that part. All right, let's go get
Rules
some
are for suckers.
Rules are for suckers. All right, C-clamps. This doesn't feel right. I don't know if this is, like, the right way to do it, but you know what?
You're not going to drill into your table, are you?
Oh, I don't care about the table. This table is meant to be, like, it's sort of sacrificial at this point because it's gone through a lot in its life. No, that actually feels okay. Just don't want to break the plastic. Safety glasses. All right, safety glasses. And no, I'm not sponsored by Raytheon. I stole these from a FIRST Robotics competition. Okay, let's do this thing. This is where, like, having a center punch would probably be a good idea.
Let me guess, we're not going to use one?
No. Maybe not. I don't know.
You're not drilling into the corner, are you?
What? What do you mean?
The corner of the marked area?
No. That would overshoot. So I'm cutting into it so that with the jigsaw I can at least get the bit in there and follow the lines.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. Ooh, that walked.
If only that had been predictable 30
Why
seconds
am I
ago.
putting this video on the internet? This is going to make me look so dumb. Oh, okay, this is not going to work. Okay.
You need a smaller
bit. Yeah. This is a bad idea. All right, I know where it's supposed to be. Oh yeah, that's butter. Oh, that's so much easier. Okay. Got that in there now. Ew. Oh, that smells. Do you smell that? 1980s carcinogens. Yum, 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 yum.
God, that's bad.
It's really awful.
It's probably got asbestos in it or something.
I hope not. Wait, what is it? It's just plastic. It'll be fine, right?
Don't worry about it.
Okay, all right. Woo! Oh, it's so much better. Hey, all right. Confetti. Okay, well, I shouldn't have done that. Let's see how much this kicks. Oh, it's smoking. Let's get out of the way.
That is smoking.
That was stupid. We should probably wear masks. And then this cut, and this cut, and this cut. And then drill. Oh, and then the other part I'll have to bring in. There's 2 other big holes to drill, and like that's it.
That's it, huh?
Should be. All right, you ready?
Let's get slicing.
Yeah, well, yeah. All right. Hopefully this time with less. Oh, that's not gonna work. Hold on. Dude, the fumes are not good for you. So.
You know, it smells a little bit like Isla whiskey, though. I'm telling you.
Just
a little bit smoky and a little bit carcinogenic.
Ugh. Okay, you good? You ready?
Yep.
Watch your hands.
I am a vibration canceling mechanism.
Okay. Okay, now we're starting to hop.
Yep.
Okay, it's still hot.
It's getting sticky.
Gotta let it cool down.
It's getting sticky.
I really don't want to put this video out now. This is gonna look so bad.
No, it looks amazing. Remember, safety third.
All right. That should. Oh, that looks gross. Damn, that's some thick stuff. They were messing around back in the day. Oh, that looks so. I feel so bad. It looks so mean. This is gonna go. Okay. Could have been worse. Yay. All right. All right, one more cut to go.
One more cut.
Wow. Uh-oh. I'm stuck. There we go. Woo. Let's see if this thing fits. Oh, dude, yes. Yes. This is awesome. All right. More, come do the honors. You can do it.
Yeah.
Hit it. QRO. Oh, yeah, that's money.
Awesome.
So, let's fit check the receipt printer. Oh my gosh.
It's really tight.
It's really tight. Oh, it's just like.
I think we need to clean that out.
Yeah, it's really close though. Like, it's almost there. There's just these like ridges here.
Yeah.
So, I think we'll probably have to hand file that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not too bad. The display.
Yeah, you already attached the display to the.
Yeah, okay.
Whoa, that looks legit.
Right?
What?
It's not as clean as I had hoped.
It's pretty clean.
It's pretty clean. It's clean adjacent. But.
I will tell you from this camera angle, it looks
Does it
very
look good?
clean.
Okay. Because it's going to look like.
God, it looks so good.
Oh, wait. Gotta get the e-stop button too.
With the e-stop?
Yeah. Oh, sorry, the QRO button.
QRO.
We gotta give it a good name. QRO button? I don't know. I haven't written that part of the script yet. I just know I need it.
Can we just make a label that says QR Go?
QR Go. Oh, the display's falling out. Oh, no. Please don't. I only have one of these.
Everything's falling out.
Yeah.
Are you just holding this display in with luck?
Yeah, pretty much. It's just friction fit at the moment. So yeah, hopes and prayers are holding it together. But there we go.
That looks fantastic.
Right? Oh, if I had the RetroRig label here, that would look great. Oh,
Yeah.
This is so stupid.
It's
so stupid.
maximum stupid.
I love it.
All right, we made it back to the lab. What are you doing next?
That's a good question, dude. I think what we want to do next is sort of do a final fit check, like put everything together, bolt it up, check how, kind of figure out where the Raspberry Pi and the QMX and stuff are going to mount in here, and then sort of, I don't know, go through the motions of operation, make sure it all looks good. I just put the second key in, so. All right. And then, yeah, I got to slap the logo on there. Like, I think we can do a final sort of fit check of all the components here.
All right. Fit check.
Fit check. Check. Okay, last bolt on there. All right. Display's mounted. It actually feels so much more rigid now. Dude. Don't drop it. Ooh, that's kind of crooked. It's not fitting right.
Oh no.
Ooh. Oh.
Nope. And then that doesn't quite fit, does it?
Hold on. I think the 3D print is sticking out a little. Oh man, this thing is like, this is not a clean fit. Okay, I think I got it. Okay. Okay, I haven't put the logo on yet. You ready?
The placement of the logo.
The placement of the logo. It's not glued on just yet, but the RetroRig.
Wow. Where are the keys?
The keys.
We should have put the keys far enough apart
Ooh,
that you
that bends in quite a bit.
Ooh, that may need a support.
Yeah, I'm gonna add that to my to-do list. It kind of looks janky, but you know.
I think that's kind of the point.
Is that good?
That's actually really good.
This is beautiful.
I'm just
Very
waiting.
satisfying sounds.
I'm just waiting for your next rig that's machined out of aluminum or something. Yeah. You need a CNC.
I really want a CNC.
Like and subscribe if you want Ara to get a CNC machine.
Everyone's probably thinking, wait, I want a CNC machine. Okay, let's hook up the Raspberry Pi and run this. Yeah. Let's do it. All right, so have most of this together, except turns out the Raspberry Pi 4 is very different from the Raspberry Pi 5 as far as the enclosure goes. So I couldn't get that to work with the enclosure I had. Our enclosure today is going to be a Ziploc bag. This is only for testing. What could go wrong? HDMI.
Electrostatic.
Oh, this is definitely not ESD safe at all.
Is this ESD safe, Ara?
No, not at all. Don't try this at home. I don't care what you do with your Raspberry Pi, but this is what I'm doing with mine. So I got the, what is this one hooked up to? This is hooked up to the receipt printer. This other USB is hooked up to power the display, and then the display is coming in through HDMI. And then for power, I have this little 12 to 24 volt converter to 5 amp USB-C, which means I can hook up a Bioenno battery to this and run it, which is how we're going to be running it in the field. So I figured might as well kind of power on the system and run it through that way. Rather than putting the Bioenno battery inside for now, I think what I'm going to do is just kind of fish this Amphenol out on the side. Doesn't look pretty right now, but you know what? This is just a test. Oh, the keyboard! I forgot to hook up the keyboard. Gotta hook up the keyboard. That's also USB.
And it's a RetroRig because you're using USB-A?
Yes, yes. This ancient technology.
You know, I remember when USB ports were rectangular.
Do you?
I'm dating myself.
All right, cool. Now I got the keyboard now hooked up as well. So, in theory, this should all work once I power it on. This is so janky, dude. I just want to connect a little bit of the Ziploc bag. Nah, it's not gonna pop. It'll be fine. Whatever. All right, let's put this guy back in. Please don't smoke. Oh,
Wait, it blinked.
it blinked. Yes!
There's colors.
Oh my gosh. Okay, the current went down. All right, I figured. Oh, no signal. Wait, is that part of the boot process? Okay, yeah, now we're good. So, I don't have a mouse, so I actually have to do one little trick here. So I have the wireless. There's also a wireless keyboard in case things go wrong during filming. You always give yourself room to mess up. I think F11. No, F11. Yeah, full screen. Okay, and then CD into RetroRig, Python 3, RetroRig logger. All right, here we go. Hey, oh, it's super tiny. What did I do last time? Oh, Control plus. Nope. Dude, that looks awesome.
All
Okay, now we'll run it for real. So,
All right. Let me reposition the camera though, because I
Okay.
think people are going to want to see this.
yeah, let's do it. Okay, so we have the RetroRig software running now. So, and the keyboard's all hooked up. So if I do operator call sign N6ARA, enter, summit, let's just say we're on Whiskey 6, stroke Charlie Tango, 225, frequency, the classic 14062. Mode is not SSB, but CW. Date, time, sure. We're logging. All right, let's pretend I made a contact with Mark, KD7DTS. Mark sent me a 599 because I'm awesome. Oh no, wait, I sent him a 599. He gets a 599, or I get a 599 back. It also asks for a summit to summit, not a summit to summit.
What?
Fine, okay, fine. You're on Whiskey 6.
Charlie Tango 225.
Oh, no, you can't, not on the same summit. Let's do 226. You're across the street.
Fine.
Cool, and now I got you in the log. And then when I'm ready to print, simply do Control P.
Wait. Can I have mine?
Yeah, that's your log. You can have it. Oh my gosh, this is so dumb. Oh my gosh. This is so much fun. Oh, dude, and then when we get the smoke to come out, it's like chunk. Turbo mode.
I like that when you hit the smoke button, it just claps a little
It's just
bit.
like
Can't handle the power.
oh my gosh. Oh, this is so wild. I love it. Okay. I think all that's left to do now is to button this thing up. And I think I got to install the radio, of course. I got to figure out how we're going to do audio and the Morse code key. I don't know how we're going to do Morse code. Yeah, I don't know. I gotta think of a way to make the QSOs with this. I mean, I could pull up WSJTX, but showing FT8 might not look very fun. I think Morse code, maybe having like a key on the side here, but whatever it is, it's gonna have to be like Velcroed to it because there's no way I have time to like drill some holes and properly mount anything at this point. It took so long to get to where this is at right now. So I think I'm really happy with this. I just got to get everything mounted up and cleaned up inside and print some holders for the QMX and the Raspberry Pi and all that stuff. And then I got to mount the antenna. I might use a tiny Gawant. We need some sort of antenna on here. I don't know. What do you think, Mark? What antenna should we use?
I think tiny Gawant, man.
Tiny Gawant. It's not rated for the full 1500, legal limit power, but no one's actually tested it to know.
I think it's important that we let the smoke out.
We let the smoke out. Get it back inside. Okay, I'm happy with this. Dude, I'm so stoked. I can't wait to actually get this thing on a summit. And I gotta figure out, I just realized I need to figure out how to mount the backpack. I'm part of me is I just want to cut this thing and just bolt it to the bottom metal plate, but yeah. Those are the last mad dashes to get this thing put together, so anyway.
So what comes next?
So next, it's just putting the rest of this all back together and putting all the finishing touches, like bolting everything on and putting the backpack straps on if I've got time for that. But we are running out of time, and frankly, I just got to crank this thing out, and we got to get out into the field and record because it's almost April 1st. So speed run. We got to finish this.
Yeah, I think people might assume that there's a whole team behind these YouTube videos and they're done way ahead of time. Nope. It's just Aura, a beer, and and 1 week to go.
Yeah, and on the free during free time. This is just sort of a fun little thing I've now signed myself up for each year. Because the first year we did the giant paddle and people loved it, and they were like, oh gosh, the next year's coming up, what are we gonna do? It's we'll make the soda phone. And we've done it twice, so now it's a tradition, so we gotta do something.
Well, plus there's a whole discussion thread online about what Aura's doing this year.
I know. Well, I'm doing this, but you don't know this until after it's come out, so. All right, let's put this thing together and go out and film. Let's do this thing.
And wipe.
And scene.